I did it. We're streaming.
You did it.
Wow.
Welcome to the internet. Let me just link this here.
Welcome.
Now an internet.
Link this here.
Welcome to FrancoCom.
Now
You can do anything at FrancoCom.
Can't see it over in Yon. It's not playing. Now I see it. No, I don't. Is it stream up? I have my laptop open and I don't see it.
Got the picture that you had up there.
It's
asexual Bayonetta. Don't fuck.
Don't fuck.
I got it. All right, Jesus, I won't fuck.
Huh. I'm not
If you don't want me to fuck, why are you dressed so incredibly horny though?
Yeah, I'm not sure the stream is. Oh, I heard it on my own.
Oh my god, could that be a meme? Could that be like the new meme? Asexual Bayonetta. I've got a fever.
It's just truncating things she says for really no reason.
Oh, holy shit, no wonder. On my laptop, I accidentally connected to some Twitch channel that's just called F+.
Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna be a fun surprise.
Well, I'm not streaming to them. Here we go. Okay, I can see the stream now. That's good. The stream is up. Hi, Turtle. Hi, Shell.
I don't need to say hi to Ace Bayo because she never looked my art.
Let me get
Am I
Bayo.
What the hell? Am I an asshole and am I not following you? What the hell? Maybe it's me. One second.
I'm streaming to the F+ one, not my own channel. But you should be following me. I stream every Friday, Boots. I don't know if you know that.
It's not Boots!
Why'd you say Boots?
This is why he's not following you.
I've been thinking about calling you Boots the entire time I was waiting for you. I was like, I should call him Boots. That'll be a good gag.
Alright, that's good.
First.
That's either good or a good
because I did
save.
it by accident. I think I did it by accident the last time we did Bayonetta, or maybe the time before. So I need some continuity here because it has been a year.
The pickups. We're doing pickup filming.
Oh, let me actually make it so you can see the game, huh? That'd be helpful.
Oh yeah, there we are. I go specifically to the channel and I can get in, but I was like, it wasn't showing up on my my live channels. What the hell? Hello.
Sorry, I thought I actually already added Bayonetta.
Hello,
Apparently
Vin.
I didn't.
Hello, Vin Malacum.
Hey, Vin. Hey, Voos. So, I did look up where we were last time. I remember what boss we beat. Don't remember what I'd shown off and what I hadn't. I know I showed off, like, the big funny glitch. And that was
Yeah, wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I have 10 billion Halos. It might just be this level, but let me have a quick look. Yeah, we beat him because we saw the baby statue that pees gasoline. And that's where we left off. So, I guess I like to do a little pre-stream, usually let people get in. So I guess the pre-stream will be summarizing the story of Bayonetta to the halfway point as quickly as possible. Bayonetta is a witch, which means she makes pacts with demons, which means when she dies she goes to hell, but until then she gets to be cool and sexy as shit. And she kills angels. There were also the Lumen Sages, which is basically the reverse, but like, you know, not as cool. And a billion years ago they fought, mostly in a place called Vigrid. And that war ended with the Lumen Sages killing all of the witches, but they didn't really. Or was it the other way around? I forget who was supposed to win, but the point is that there's not many of either left, but turns out there is a last Lumen Sage. And Bayonetta was sealed in a coffin under a lake, and she doesn't really have great memories, but she's slowly starting to remember as she wanders around Vigrid. And she's encountered a mysterious female witch named Jeanne, who seems to be working with a mysterious Lumen Sage named Balder. I don't think we know that name yet, so that's a spoiler. Anyways,
she's working with Balder from the forums.
From the forums. And she's BFFs with Bartender. Named... I can't remember his name.
Rodon.
Thank you. Who also makes weapons out of demon souls. The video game.
And chain jumps.
And she's, like,
Oh, yeah.
not BFFs with Enzo, a man who gives her missions. But, like, she mostly just doms him.
Enzo
So-
is played by not Joe Pesci.
So, anyways, Bayonetta gets a line through Enzo that the counterpiece to her, she has this one jewel, and it's like in a watch, and turns out it's a set to another jewel, and together they make the eyes of the world. And the other one is in Vigrid, so she goes to Vigrid, and it looks like the information was leaked deliberately to draw her in. So of course she goes to Vigrid anyway, and she finds there's a bunch of angels, and she keeps killing all the angels. And then she finds that, like, there's some mega angels and they're up to something, but she doesn't know what it is. And she also encounters Luca, a reporter who blames her for his father's death. Because his father died when Bayonetta... He was there when Bayonetta came out of the coffin. And then he died. So obviously Bayonetta murdered him, because she's a witch. And that's where we were. Roughly. I probably forgot some stuff. Simple, though. It makes sense. It's sensible. And let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and we wanted to get to, like, the main modern town. We were in Old Vigrid, and at the airport we fought a big angel, and then, like, we broke into an airplane that was going there. And that's where we are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough time for anybody who gives a shit to get in. I may need to take a second to remember what the controls are.
Excuse me, sir. May
Hi.
I have my glasses back?
Oh, hey.
Huh? Oh,
It's Toast.
yeah. Here you go.
Oh, hey.
Catch me up on everything I missed?
How did you get such
No.
magical
Like a little recap or something?
You should remember it. We just streamed the last stream. Like, we're doing this right after we did the last stream.
monsters?
Everybody should remember clearly. It hasn't been
So,
that long.
Has Bayonetta
We've been streaming every Thursday.
been fighting these big bad monsters for a long time?
Mummy is a witch, and witches protect people, and are very
Oh
strong.
yeah, there's this kid.
When I grow up, I'll
She's
be
wandering
strong too,
around
I'll
and
protect
Bayonetta
my
found her.
mommy.
Wait,
What's
you
her
think
name
witches do
again?
what?
Cereza.
Cereza.
And she thinks Bayonetta's her mommy, even though Bayonetta doesn't want to be her mom.
I'm sure you will.
Which would make you think, oh, does her mom dress like that? Maybe she does, you don't know.
You never cease to amuse me, Cheshire.
I mean, all
I
witches
suppose
dress like
that's your
that.
next target?
Yeah, but we don't see that until later.
This is yours, little one.
Oh, I don't even know what difficulty I'm on.
Cry while I was gone.
I also
did you?
I played Bayonetta 2 not that long ago, but I haven't played Bayonetta 1 since, like, the last time we streamed this was in
Bayonetta.
January.
No
Last
matter
year.
how I ask,
guess.
no matter how many times,
Or at least that's what Steam
you
says.
always say the same thing.
Come
I
now,
feel like it was
Cheshire.
that long ago.
You know,
But
A
anyways,
misunderstanding.
I might be a little rusty.
So
We'll see.
stubborn, you know that?
Probably will be. I'll probably die a bunch.
My father. He was a
Didn't know the
journalist.
tail would go for the cutscenes.
Yeah, all of the alternate costumes
He
do, which
was
is so
twice the
good.
man I could ever hope to be.
Yeah, it's especially good with the... I think I mentioned last time that if she's wearing the Samus outfit, then you can hit buttons to make the visor go up and down,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is very...
It took
Ooh.
over his life.
Which is...
I like that.
They could have made
Very
a movie
good.
of the
I don't have
details.
access to that
The
because
followers of darkness, the
Not Switch
Umbra
version.
witches,
Not a
and their light world counterparts, the Lumen
although I guess I
Sages,
own. Did that come free with
controlling everything with a
Bayonetta
power
2?
known
It didn't,
as
right?
the
Uh,
Eye of the
If you buy one, you get a big discount on the other.
Then,
That's what it was. But like I
Uh,
already
well-
owned it.
Darklands
Well, the
suddenly
Switch
disappeared.
version did come with a download code for the other.
Okay, if you
I think that's only if you pre-ordered, which maybe I did.
No, well, I didn't.
no, did you buy it? Did you buy it in the physical copy or the?
Yeah, the
Oh
physical copy.
I would never buy physical copies of anything.
Yes.
I've been practicing social isolation for years, bitches.
Living at the behest of the powers that
Well, I did buy it physical because Bayonetta's a physical character, and she's not digital. She's not a damn Digimon, so.
to create
No,
history.
Even though they are the
that
champions.
they use
I
How it
to
works in the
oversee
eShop is
the world.
if you buy one, you get
Their spirit of cooperation did not last.
like I think if you bought the if you buy it in the store, it costs like a full price game.
Conceived a
Yeah.
child
Buy on the eShop.
that sent the clans on a
It's
path
like
to
$10 cheaper to buy
The woman
Bayonetta
was
2,
thrown
but then
in
you can
jail,
pay $10.
and the man exiled from his clan. However,
It balances
the
out so
child
that
remained with the Umbra,
if you buy both
raised
of
as
them,
a
you get a
black
discount.
sheep, even amongst the
If you buy one of them, you
darkness.
get a discount on the other ones, so that they,
Since the
the two of
balance
them add up to
between
a
light
retail
and dark
cost.
had been lost, both clans spiraled into decay. Legend had it that the two eyes could
Oh,
be
Shell-
united to
Shell bought it
control
for the Wii U.
reality itself.
Yeah, I bought it for the Wii U as well.
Ambition
Oh, huh.
and desire.
And then I got the
led to
Switch
a
one.
myriad of battles between the clans.
Yeah, I just got it for the
In
Switch.
fact,
It was more like a Bayonetta.
destruction.
Yeah, Bayonetta. That's what they should have called it.
They should have called, like, in the same way they did, like, you know, all the games on the Super Nintendo were Super something, or
Yeah.
something 64. They should have been, like, just put the U in the middle. Somewhere.
That should have been Nintendo's only,
The passing of 5
like, only condition for funding the series and saving it. Is that they have to call it Bayonetta. And Kamiya was still like, no.
I have to discover the truth with my own eyes.
They seemed like they were going to start that though with
That's why I have
Zombie U, which
That's
was
true.
Zombie.
Well, no, that's because
Ubisoft's choice, I think.
That's Zombie was actually an old game. Yeah.
yes, and so it's instead of zombies. So you can get it on Steam. It's just Zombie. That game is not very good, by the way. Just letting everyone know. Do not buy Zombu.
Yeah, I've heard that.
by other means.
I like
And that starts
as a
by
like a launch
sneaking onto
title
that
for Wii
jet.
U. I kind of like that.
I got it way after it being a lot. I didn't understand where the zombies are coming from. They're like ghosts, but they're also like from a prophecy, but it's also a virus, and there's elemental zombies. It's still like, what the fuck was going on in that game?
Is there an ice zombie?
Yes.
Looking for
Ooh.
something.
Okay, I actually do like this scene where Syrinx is like posing, like she sees Bayonetta pose. Like, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Pose. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Little one.
We talked over the entire backstory, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like that a lot.
What is really important to you?
Turtle says the U also stands for Ubisoft, according to Turtle.
Turtle is the foremost expert on Ubisoft.
I
so-
love it.
They should have just redone Zombu and just made them all the rabbits. Although it would have been a good crossover.
And this is where they set up that maybe Bayonetta is her mom
This.
from the
You gave
past.
it to me, Mummy, for my birthday.
Yeah, because she remembers getting a watch. You gave it to me for my birthday.
Bayonetta remembers a scene where someone gave a watch.
Understand, little one?
Which really doesn't make any fucking sense, because that's not
Oh,
how
no.
memories work.
Close to your
No, this is yeah.
I like the part where I remembered something, but I didn't remember what character in the scene I was.
Yeah.
I hadn't
That's
really
like that-
realized how insane that was until right now.
Reminds me of. Go ahead.
I was just saying, video game memories don't tend to work in ways that human beings would
Yeah.
understand.
Reminds me of the MST Writing with Death, where the main character, because it was like stitched together from a TV show, the main character will regularly have memories that they could not be present for or were not conscious for.
Did I accidentally choose the wrong level and go do the boss level again? Oh well.
Oh well.
If I did that, I did that.
Hi, Sarisa. And Sarisa just dies. It's really dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't believe Sarisa's fucking dead.
Okay, now I guess that I was just some other angel.
Shit.
Is this the special? Isn't this the special level, or
No.
Is it? Oh, it is
Not
it?
yet.
Okay.
My favorite level.
Special level.
Well, it's been forever, but I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm literally just gonna take a second trying to remember buttons. Okay. Gonna start out equipping something. Oh, there's a bunch of these weapons. Didn't show off yet. A couple of them anyway. Actually, I'll do shotguns. I really like the shotguns. I much prefer them to the pistols. I wish they were in Bayonetta too. Okay, I think I remember to play.
Good.
I'm sure I'll forget
2-minute
what
warm-up.
are, but... I've played a lot of this game, in fairness.
And a bit. You need to
Oh yeah, you can. You have the what was it? Spirit of the Panther. What was it?
Yeah, I can turn into all of the animals.
You turn into a cat.
Please let me target the thing. I don't know why I really want to break this thing already, but... Well, this does feel a bit different from Bayonetta 2, that is. I almost just said, this feels different from Bayonetta.
This Bayonetta is different from that Bayonetta. All Bayonettas are different in their own way.
No two Bayonettas are not on fire. This? Oh, it's like the worst pickup weapon. I do like that Jean's... Oh, sorry, we don't know who this is. I do like that the mystery summons here are your summons. Cute.
Oh no!
Oh no! And then this bit, which is kind of annoying. I've gotten hit by those cargo containers a lot. Is this our first time fighting these guys? It might be. They're a lot like this is Gracious and Glorious. They're a lot like Grace and Glory, except they're faster and you can't get witch time off them.
These guys. Yeah, I remember these guys.
This is actually a really hard fight because the floor is also uneven and it's these guys. I guess this is a fine howdy do.
Two of them spinning around, you pretend that you're playing Astral Chain.
Gotcha both.
Gotcha.
I like that one of them is just legs for a second there.
Legs.
Legs, bleeding torso and legs, just like, well,
Good day. Legs for legs.
Wait,
Think about it.
that's my taunt button. There we are. Okay. I just tried to open the menu instead of taunt.
I have that problem a lot.
Oh shit, these guys. These guys you can't hit because they're on fire, so you can use the whip and the fire beat. Or you can wait until witch time happens and then hit them a bunch to turn their fire off. Because fire doesn't hurt in slow-mo, obviously.
Yeah, what is this, Beautiful Joe? Come on now. I guess Command just has interesting ideas of how fire works.
Correct ideas, I think you mean?
Yeah, correct. Correctly weird ideas.
Oh, I'm not hitting him. Oh, I am hitting him. So a fun thing about these guys is that, or actually more like a fun thing about the whip, is that if you're close enough, you'll do a different set of attacks. And that will hurt you with fire. So you can't be too close. If you're too close, the whip will just do like a bunch of slaps.
oh yeah, makes sense. Get some-
But it's really hard to make that not happen because you move closer as you attack, so not terribly controllable. I think it's Street Fighter. Or that makes way more sense. Oops. Well, there's a thing there. Try it again. You can just climb the ladder, Bayonetta. There's no reason to have to fly and everything. Bayonetta realized she forgot some angels back here. And I guess Jean is still just summoning the demons here? Like, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, for fun. It's cool. Much like with devils, witches are very obsessed with things that look cool.
That's true.
Regardless of utility.
I know there's a delay, but the movie did. Isn't that the move where you can kick and then you do the gun blast after the kick?
There's a lot of moves where you do a gun blast after a kick. You might have to be a little more specific.
That's fair. No, it's like you're like holding, like you do a side kick and you're holding the leg out and then you shoot with it, like your leg extended.
You mean, hold on, it's blurry.
The
This
thing
one?
she does in Smash Brothers, I think, is the thing he's talking about.
This one.
Yeah, basically. But you were standing.
Oh,
up.
you guys can watch
But
me
yeah.
on Steam if you want, so you can get sound and no latency. I forgot to do that. You want to do
Is
that?
it? Are you sure that's not gonna slow down the
We
stream?
did it before, didn't we?
I thought we did, and it slowed down the stream. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think
It's
it was
been
fine
a
with
year.
Bayonetta. I don't know. It may just have broken.
Let's see here. My Twitch stream does constantly buffer for some reason when you stream. I don't know why. Let's.
I probably stream in slightly higher quality than most of the rest of the people here, because that's the kind of guy I am.
A lot of people find that their bandwidth has been a little bit more limited these days.
You're very
Yeah, my.
No, right? Oh, yeah. I am, aren't I?
yeah.
Ah!
Hi.
Giant boots.
Wait. It's me, giant boots.
Oh no, God! Well, it says you're offline.
It does.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Alright, well.
I mean, I'm not. Did I not enable
Yeah.
streaming? Oh, it
Yes.
says.
Your boot
Oh, it'll say I'm
too
offline
big.
until you connect. Yeah, it's connecting now.
Okay. There it goes.
It
Now
takes a
your
bit.
now your Twitch stream's buffering.
Is it?
It did for a second there.
There you go. Looks like you're watching.
Yeah, look at.
Well, I'm watching
take a
it
look at,
load.
Take a look at OBS, Frank. You got some drop frames happening.
Do I? Bummer. Oh, yep. Okay. Maybe it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Goodbye.
disconnect.
All right,
Alright.
folks. Damn it. This mission is kind of a pain. It's, you have to protect yourself. There's no particularly great way to do that. Especially because these guys are on fire. So you, like, can't really directly hit them with a lot of things. Like, I couldn't really stop that. I'm not gonna do this one. This is one of the ones that just is a huge pain.
That's fine.
I think that was my deal before, is I would try all the Alfheims I could remember the location of, but I wouldn't necessarily do them, because some of them... Kami had decided that since you can retry the Alfheims for free, that he would make them very hard, because he wanted people going for, like, ranking to have a challenge on there that... So he, like, deliberately made them harder so you'd want to reset more.
Because that's the kind of guy he is.
Yep. And I think we've got another hard Alfheim around the corner here, but I don't super remember. That's like the easiest verse in the whole game, by the way, right there. At least
So,
if
like,
you have the wit.
So I know. So regular people obviously don't know that witches and the sages and stuff exist, but like this bizarre ass airplane does this exist in our reality?
Oh, we're in our
Bayonetta
reality
world, or
right now. Or do you mean our reality is in like?
Like in Bayonetta world, are weird ring airplanes? Are those a thing that exists?
Oh god, I can't.
Regular human. Man. Crunch.
Yes. I think, well, the city of Vigrid is noted to be unusually hyper-rich and hyper-religious. So that's why there's, like, their stuff is like this.
Oh, that's right, because since they built a plane
Yeah.
somehow. Even though the town is very small, it is so rich and industrious.
I think they imply that it was, like... I think they say what made it rich, but it's kind of implied that it was actually just, like, Lumen Sage shit. By the way, I don't know if the way I did this is the way you're supposed to do it. I always get witch time off of one of the enemies and then go past the fan blades. I don't know if that's...
I'm assuming that's at least quasi-intended.
But I feel like there's supposed to be another way, but maybe not.
Use the Wonder Wing. Make it easy.
Yeah.
Grab your hands, grab your hands.
So in this one we can only damage the enemy during
Grab your
witch
hands,
time.
grab all they can.
They do. Oh no, building blocks. Hello.
Oh, it's the bigger blocks. This isn't the first fight with this guy, is it?
No, this is an optional fight, so it can't be the first fight.
Yeah, boots.
Oh.
Jesus, dude.
It's just some boss from whatever level.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was doing a thing. Alpine?
Oh, right, that's a two-part attack.
That's where elves go when they die in battle, like a hero.
Yeah.
All lives die in battle.
They've defeated my current form, but I'll come back stronger than ever.
that's your elf?
That's his elf!
It's basically you. So, it's been a long time since I've heard anything about that.
Really? Because I watched Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue like last week.
Oh god.
We know you watch Cartoon All-Stars every week.
I do watch it more regular than people probably should.
We're all tired of you talking about it.
Of the Alf cartoon now, just...
Yeah.
I remember watching it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me now imagine what Melmac looked like.
It looked pretty much just like Cartoon City as far as I remember, like, kind of Cartoon 80s Space City, but...
Cartoon 80s Space City?
Cartoon 80s Space City. Please tell us about Card. Have you seen it, Shell? I'm assuming you've seen it. If you haven't, then my god, definitely. It was worth it. It was worth a watch.
Was Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue the Nancy Reagan Don't Do Drugs thing?
It was, I think it was, Jordan Barber Bush, but yeah, it's, it is that same thing, continuing her great work that accomplished so much. I want you to explain it for Frank, who loves hearing about it. I'm sure Frank's seen it.
I have not.
You have not?
I have not.
Oh. Next time you have a bad show night, definitely treat yourself.
By the way, Jean just bended a bullet in midair with her mind, a thing that never happens again.
Yeah, because she used her hammer. It can do anything.
The next thing you're going to say is, I've got a fever.
It's the only thought I have.
Oh yeah, I was 12 when it aired. I definitely watched it.
Oh, I definitely remember watching it when it was actually out. I don't think I watched when it aired. I think I watched a VHS of it. When did it come out again?
April 21st, 1990.
Oh yeah, I was 5. So
only 90s kids.
If I leave her, he'll never shut up about it.
Bayonetta and John are about to kill each other. They're gonna fuck and then kill each other, I think is.
Yes.
I think that's what that look on there.
Or the other way around.
When it comes to curling round the truth.
No,
the
that
same
would be
thing
gross.
for a
What
witch.
about you? What are you hiding?
Why are the lesbian ants fighting?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the.
If they don't have it,
mean something.
I want them to get married in Bayonetta 3 because I want to see what Camilla thinks a witch marriage would look like.
The showdown of the rival libraries.
Will you two please get a room already?
This angel's just like, what up? Am I interrupting anything?
I am well aware of my task, but you have forgotten that I do not need your help.
I love the little dance she does.
It seems your little
A lot of people
friend
must
is
have thought
gone
the
forever.
angels in this game were weird. And it's like, these are way more... In weirdness level, these are way closer to actual biblical angels
Yeah,
than anything.
I
You
love.
know?
A lot of them
Especially
are
the car.
very explicitly based on them.
Yeah.
I'll just freeze the rain into an icicle.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Fill your eyes with hatred.
I gotta respect the game where it's like, well, if we're gonna have cutscene powers, then make them fun cutscene powers.
Prove you deserve it.
I know that Camilla has said that during production, after a while, a lot of the staff liked Jean better just because, you know, someone as cool as Bayonetta, Jean is the cool rival.
Yeah.
So the coolness is just overloaded.
Oh, you're on that side. Time to look cool. I turn around.
By the way, I know Isfahan isn't here, but quick gun safety tip: don't push your glasses up with your guns.
They're magic guns.
If they're magic glasses, then it's okay.
Depends on which one you're using.
Yeah, you need to use the right gun. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, parsley, rosemary, and thyme, no good. Sage, you could put your gun. You could put your glasses up with it.
I'm really hoping Sage is one of the foot guns because that would be quite a pose.
Oh, it's starting me back here.
Man, how good would that be though if the shot was like from the neck up and she pushes her glasses up with the foot gun, the foot just rising into the frame.
That would be amazing.
Bayonetta, but she only has foot guns. Would be so powerful.
But and poses with them in a similar manner to her hand guns. Camilla, just saying, I don't know Japanese, but I will accept a job offer on the spot. Just saying.
I like the idea of Bayonetta having like Tinsa's hands for feet.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm going for. I want the Tinsa's character action game.
Like Triumph, like when Triumph uses his paw. Like,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, just stuff.
I know. I think both you and I, Vortex, have made a lot of Tinsa's references over the years.
It's the apex of comedy. The cat puppet looks like garbage. It screams, then stock footage of a car flying off a cliff. You can't get funnier than that. It's not possible.
You forgot the 3 minutes of complimenting Tinsa's on his driving.
Yes. And with the acting that is markedly worse than any other sketch on purpose. Wasn't Conan that came up with the tunes? It had to have been, right?
Oh, Robert.
It's like,
It really
yeah.
does.
I'm gonna look it up.
It was supposed like everybody else was writing like actual like topical sketches and stuff, and then Robert Smigel and Conan were in the corner, and just like, what if we just had this stupid ass cat puppet, and then a car crashes?
Also, why is the cat named Toonsis? What the fuck name is that? I don't understand. It's a multi-layered chick. Yeah.
Toonsis the Dragon Cat.
Toonsis the cat who could drive a car. Let's see.
Hey, Jimmy Franks.
Teresa.
She's dead.
And wait a minute, I don't remember this, or maybe I do. In 1982, NBC aired a half-hour Toonsa special. Toonsa the cat who could drive a car was a primetime special that was like half hour. Half hour? Where is it? I must see it.
Oh shit, it's this part.
No, 1992.
Okay, that's what to say.
So if you're going for, like, good ranking, this part kind of blows because it's very hard to not get hit by everything. The lightning that arcs through that room is random, I think? But then also in this next part, the water is constantly rising, and as soon as your little toe touches it, you start taking damage over time, so
Yeah.
you have to like stand in very specific places.
Something I have always loved in video games where characters are apparently just water soluble and they will start melting as soon as they touch the water.
Well, I mean, that is in the lore, which is don't float. That's one of the few established things about them.
Float.
Yeah, that's how you see if there's someone's a witch. You put him in the water.
I'm pretty sure you could tell, in this universe, you could tell someone's a witch just by them doing all that shit that they're doing.
You stand accused of being a witch, mostly because you're rad as hell. How do you plead?
Because you're bouncing around with 4 guns and your legs are like 10 feet too long.
Well, Your Honor, pushes up guns with feet. Pushes up glasses with feet guns. Oh, I was tougher to say than I thought.
No way. I was so drawn to my cat Ruby when I met him. He looks like Toonsis.
Looks like Toonsis. And then also, especially the part where the fur pattern's not the same. He was just driving the car. The stupid arms.
He opens his mouth when he's about to crash.
So good.
He suddenly changes into a puppet.
Yeah. That was a really calm cat that they had up until the part where cat was a professional.
I was thinking about the witch being on trial for being too awesome, and it reminds me of the campy bullshit reason for why Nicolas Cage in Con Air becomes a con. Because he was like fighting, he was fighting in self-defense against those guys that attacked him and his girlfriend, but the judge says we have to put you away because your body is a lethal weapon. That's the actual justification, is that he is too dangerous to be in public, to be in public life.
That's also true of me. For different reasons. I'm legally obligated not to say more. Anyway, I will give this part one thing.
Different context is you're legally obligated to say more.
Yeah, but he's told it's too dangerous for him to say more.
So, they are kind of nice to you, secretly. You can't dodge while you're holding Cereza, but your jump has an insane number of invincibility frames. So they're kind of nice. And I suspect, I can't prove it, but I think the enemies get a lot less aggressive while you're holding her. So as long as you keep moving and like occasionally jump when they attack, it's actually pretty easy to not take damage while you're holding her.
Try this out on actual small children.
Yeah, it just like in real life, small children make the best human shields.
Now I see what you're talking about, Frank.
Still snapping.
Sabrina's doll from Pokemon has a life bar.
That's just the cartoon, Shell. Oh god!
Oh god, not this again.
Okay, so Jimmy Franks is back with the stock report. Hey, Jimmy Franks, how's the Dow Jones doing today?
Today on Wall Street, results were mixed.
It's like doing loop-the-loops and like
It was a volatile day on Wall Street.
Toast, do you still have that duck game called? We can have dueling sound effects.
Oh god, do I? I don't know.
I have mine somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
You know what that sounds like? A good thing to do on a
Wait,
stream.
is it a duck call or is it a duck game call?
It was both because it was swag from the Duck Game people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it just he would blow in it and just basically just goes like it really sound much like a duck.
I was hoping that you blow into it and you just go whang.
Yeah, that
That'd be so good.
You know how to whistle, don't you?
No.
I hate this movie.
Jimmy, how do you whistle? What does whistling sound like? Show it to me, Jimmy.
Put your lips together and
That's a good visual. Fuck all of you. That's really good. Jimmy just making that sound with his mouth.
Do you do that with your mouse, Frank?
No. I'm just that good.
He's doing it with his mouse.
I'm not. That was. You can go back and look at the pattern of the movement of the
You
cursor.
just put your fingers together.
I don't.
And I can't whistle today for some reason.
Don't worry, Jimmy can help. Hey, Jimmy, can you whistle for us?
Oh God.
You know how to whistle, don't you? You just put your lips together and.
That's how we're playing our brass instruments.
So,
I wonder if I can-
sure.
That's a French horn one. I think we established that story, but that's fine.
I wonder if I could actually whistle.
So, there's a bunch of Enochian throughout this game, which is the language of the angels. And you can actually translate it. I can't, but it's basically just like a cipher English for other symbols. This angel we're going up against has written all over him a bunch of stuff talking about, like, the Sega Master Drive hardware.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
he's basically just a Sega Master System.
Yeah, I remember me and Frank had established some sort of timeline of how Sega had to have advanced at a rapid pace to develop War Angel Boat. Or like when in the timeline the Sega started gaining sentience or something.
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah, the divergence is Sega. The divergence between this universe and our own is really just that Sega started developing angels.
Hello, Engelboat. Hello, I got the mouth.
Another talkative type. I don't think I
She threw the post that she
Angels
knocked
and
over in
boats.
the fight with Sean, by the way.
Straight from
Excellent.
your boss.
Kamiya makes sure to always, like, set everything up. He's always got the little details. Oh, this guy is telling us, if I recall correct, the sages tried to make the creator happen, and it didn't work, but it did end up killing all the witches in the process, so that was good enough. I wanted to look something up that you mentioned. I think it says somewhere in one of the journals where Vigrid's wealth comes from, and I want to see if I can find that real quick. Because I think they do try and justify it.
By the way, I absolutely love how all of the angels in this game split the difference between both being like majestic, like amazing looking, and also being really stupid looking. And they hit that middle so perfectly.
Alright, Boots, I've now discovered who invented Toonsis.
Okay.
It's Jack Handy.
Oh, that
So that also makes sense.
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
That also tracks.
God,
Okay.
I loved deep. Oh, okay.
Deep thoughts.
Alright, I found it. So, the reason that... So, old Vigrid is the voice we were at. Where we're going is new Vigrid, which is an entirely man-made island made by the Ithaval group, which is run by the Lumen Sage secretly. And it's a ridiculously far future, like, very massive thing, and no one... It doesn't actually say what they do, but somehow they made enough money to build an entire island. And apparently,
Of course.
the reason that they were able to do this is because everybody in all of Laguna, which is the area that Vigrid is in, worships this. They're very, very religious, and the Ithafel group is like also part of this religion. So I guess everybody just like works for them, and that's why they're able to make so much money.
For the greater good.
The greater good. So the answer is they're really, really religious. That's the answer to your question of how they got so much money.
Yeah. Pray for wealth.
I just learned that all the deep thoughts by Jack Handy were actually read live.
Ooh. That's good. That's dedication.
Yeah. Like his face was never seen. There was
Yeah.
it was always
Yeah, there was
just
no
like
reason.
like serene footage.
Yeah, like a fireplace in a book. Yeah.
One of my favorite deep thoughts was, as I bit into the nectarine, it had a crisp tanginess that was very refreshing. But I discovered it was not a nectarine, but a human head!
Yeah. And then that's the end of it. I love jokes that just don't go anywhere.
My favorite one was one of the longer ones. It was, he was a cowboy, mister, and he loved the land. He loved it so much he made a woman out of dirt and married her.
Yes.
But when he kissed her, she disintegrated. Later at the funeral, when the preacher said dust to dust, some people laughed, and the cowboy shot them. At his hanging, he told the others, "I'll be waiting for you in heaven," with a gun. On that note, I gotta go. Bye.
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 I'm getting destroyed, by the way.
You
This
got
fight
this.
controls very oddly from everything else. You're basically always moving at full running speed, and you have like momentum, and your dodge is way laggier. But
Yeah,
you're
there's,
also
like
fighting
wide
something.
terrain stuff in there.
The whole fight's like intentionally pretty messy, which sort of works since it's simulating like you're on, you know, a roiling ocean. But it can also be kind of frustrating on a higher difficulty. And I need to remember to not try and go into Panther form, because it doesn't do anything.
It should have though, just as badass like cat surfing cat doing.
You just like you don't go any faster. It doesn't change the way you move at all. You're just like a cat on a surfboard.
This is where we get our Devil May Cry tie-in.
Phantasmagoria, they call him in this? That's not right. Phantasmaray.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh no, I don't want to get eaten by spider. Oh, don't do it. Don't send me to spider.
Out of curiosity, I have failed this. It's very hard to fail. You kind of have to try, and basically nothing happens. You just like fall off. It's not even an animation. They really don't want you to fail that one, because they didn't know what should happen if you do.
Ankle boat is trying to eat you. It's doing what Nintendo don't.
Nice.
Nintendo doesn't have the guts to eat anything, which is. Maybe this is what Sega was developing instead of the 32X in this time. This was the add-on, and it just got way too out of control.
Oh, I didn't dodge that. Or that, wow. Not nailing it.
Not nailing it.
If they hadn't debuted the Saturn early, this is what it would have become.
Yeah, they just given the Saturn a few more months.
Yeah.
They could have finished it. Would have made playing Cancer Dragoon a little experience, I guess, on this thing.
You just get on it to play Panzer Dragoon.
That's true, it starts flying around. It's more immersive.
It's like Hang On.
Yes.
Or Super Hang On or whatever.
Yeah, and, oh, the front looks like a Sega Master System too. If you look closely, the top of his head.
Oh yeah.
You can see where
yeah.
you open it up and like put a disc in.
Huh. That's I'm not that familiar with Master System.
Especially finding out. Spider beat him up.
And now we tear his wings off. You don't need those. If he'd just flown away, we'd kind of be in trouble, right? Like, we can't...
Yeah, well, maybe. I'm sure she would have found a way to just kind of surf to them.
Yeah, she is...
Her next location.
She can just kind of do whatever she feels like if you leave her alone, so... So now we play a game of dodgers. Although really we just want to dodge into the laser beam to activate witch time so we can speed up. While also mashing the shoot button because it's damage. Oh, I might die here. Yep. I'll try and focus. I have one hit left.
Silly hands, you got this.
This was one of the harder, like, boss fights I found to master, because it's just kind of messy. It feels like everything's really telegraphed. Telegraphed?
Telegraph? It's for the telegraph.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no!
He bit. It's very hard to make out the animations. Like, everything's really slow and telegraphed. It feels like it should be easy, but with the way you control different, and with the way that everything is just sort of all over the place, it's very hard to tell what's going on and what you're actually doing. I do like that they save your combo points at the mid-boss checkpoint.
Yeah.
That's nice, I guess. And you can one-cycle this guy once you get up there, but it's very difficult, and I don't really remember the sequence. I think it involves a lot of witch stomps. Oh no, I remember. I think you have to lock him in place with the rocket. You can talk now, by the way. I'm guaranteed not to die this time. In fact, I got him. There we go. I won cycle.
Well, there you go. See?
That's right. You have to like witch twist or stomp him a bunch as you fly away.
Spider.
Baby spider.
Oh no! Cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, get away.
Baby spider.
No, little baby spiders got little hats and stuff on. Haley says that's a lot of gigatons. It is. Can you imagine what all that? Think if that got translated to something that made sense.
I mean, it does translate to Halos.
Much too flashy.
True.
And
But they're
every
also a real
copy
thing.
of Halo costs about $60 US, so... It'd be so good if they got a partnership with Microsoft for the next Bayonetta game, and all of the Halos turned into copies of Halo the video game.
He might do it.
I mean, he does make a reference to Halo. What's his face there? You told me earlier. I can't remember his name. The bartender.
Oh, Rodon?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell!
He makes one of his like hi,
told
welcome
you
into
I'd
my
be
bar
right
scenes.
back.
References Halo. So.
I don't remember that at all.
You know,
Maybe I do.
flying this thing. I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
It's like sort of oblique, but it's probably Halo.
Well, so much for the subtle approach. We might as well have speakers on this thing blaring Ride of the
Keelys
Fucking
wants to know if the spider gigaton curve is linear exponential.
With VIPs. You know, nothing says you've made it in life like a private
I
helicopter.
think the big spiders are exponential, but the little ones are just linear.
Then welcome aboard Air Luca, Flight 001.
The curve
This
is
is your
spiders.
captain, Luca, speaking. Fasten your
Makes sense.
safety belts,
You're welcome.
as this may be a bumpy flight.
That's a lot of damage. I will not be updated. Thank you. So, Boots isn't here, but this is what it looks like when I do it with my mouse.
Alright.
Wow, much worse, actually. I guess I'm just more used to the controller.
Time to do other mouse-based games with a controller. You're so good at it.
Yeah, if only I'd played a lot of some mouse-based shooting game.
Yeah.
If only that had been
Eh.
a significant portion of my life.
What, Geometry Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
Competitive geometry.
Yeah, you know. In a real big scene, you know, it was at EVO. Where they typically have shooting games.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what Evo, yeah.
My brain's in a real good state right now.
That's okay. Frank is also tired. You're both
Yeah,
tired.
I'm
so what are we gonna
extremely
say
tired.
weird things?
I hope you know that.
I've been getting
Don't
progressively less sleep.
Air Cheshire
it's like,
has awful
oops.
in-flight entertainment
Now it matters.
and horrendous
Like every day, it's like I can deal with this little sleep. It's not a big deal, and it's like, oh, it's a big deal now.
Those things that downed the jet aren't just going to let us land on their island.
Why not?
You think we can just say, "Hey, we're here"? And they'll bring us a cake?
Yes.
Things look good from
Is
up here.
there a cake? I would like a cake.
But the further down you go, the harder
I
it
like
is to
cake.
not notice the reality.
Wonder if anybody will deliver a cake. They probably will.
Ooh, do you want me to send you a cake? I can send you it.
I mean, the answer to that's always going to be yes.
Look,
Okay, I'll send you one cake a day. For a year.
Is
Advent
Octagon
cake.
still banned from tourney play? Only in Europe.
oh fuck me.
I love that it zooms in on the stuffed animal. So keep in mind, for the entire rest of this level,
Welcome
Luca
to
is
my
like
fantasy zone.
2 feet away from a burning rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
Here's a special level. So the way to fire really fast, you can use X or Y to shoot, but you could also just use both and alternate. And if you want to do enough damage, you kind of have to. And you can hit B to fire homing witch summon rockets. But that uses 1 orb. You can only have 4 out. Oh man, I used to be able to perfect this. Fuck. Wow, I'm doing very poorly. And you do need to learn to perfect this if you want to get, like, a good ranking. Meaning everybody who, like, really likes playing stylish action games and is going for the ranking needs to stop and learn how to play, like, a shooter.
You played Space Harrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that conversation that me and Frank had about Bayonetta when I was not done playing it yet. Because I said something about the game being crazy, and then Frank said, actually, the next level is just a driving level. And he goes, and he's just
I
like,
kept making
just
up...
kidding, or am I? And, well, no, because, yeah, the thing you said after the next level is just a regular driving level, is you said, I'm just kidding, or am I? Bayonetta. And so then after that, the next level's it's Afterburner, and so I said, I thought you were kidding about the driving level. No. It's like, great, well, all we need now is Space Harrier. We'll be complete.
Oh yeah, you said Space Harrier, didn't you?
Yeah, all it needs now is to turn into Space Harrier, we'll be fine, and then, this happened, and I was like, I was just kidding about the Space Harrier thing, what is going on?
Yeah, I didn't even know to respond, I was just like complete, so I was like, good joke.
Pretty good gag.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Kind of weirdo just put, like, several minutes of Space Harrier into the game for no reason.
This is extremely tiring on the hands, by the way.
You can use both of them to play the game, right?
Now, one of these, you have to specifically torture attack this guy in order to get, I think one of the, record pieces. Or maybe it's a witch heart. It's probably a witch heart. But if you don't, there's just no indication. I feel like it's one of the worst hidden ones in the game. At least they're the ones you could find by backtracking.
I like that she was, this part she fights them, and then she immediately goes back to, like, piloting the rocket. She's like, alright, that's done.
Yeah, I never played Space Harrier back in the day, but I had heard, it being a famous video game quote is "Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. Get ready." Mm-hmm. So when she actually says it, and then it turns into Space Harrier, I'm like, that is delightful. Would tickle me.
Oh boy! I hope you don't get motion sick.
Yes. Oof. I don't actually get motion. Isn't there a two-headed dragon? So do the enemies actually reflect Space Harrier, or is it just Bayonetta enemies?
These are all Bayonetta enemies. This enemy right here is actually the only unique enemy in this area. Everything else is something you fight elsewhere in the game. And these guys are actually still normal enemies. They're the big guys with the axes. It's just that in this case they're equipped with rocket launchers.
Oh.
I think they're not an actual new enemy though. They don't get an introduction, so they shouldn't be. I kind of wish there's another. It's a little too easy, but I kind of wish there's another like 2D section like this. It's kind of neat. Everybody's back here. There we go, I'm remembering how to do this. There's a specific way to handle like each type of enemy wave. And if you just learn them, you don't actually need to memorize anything, you just need to know how to deal with each one. And then occasionally adapt when you fuck up.
Caduceus mouth.
This is really fun. I wish I would play like a whole commune-directed Space Harrier. This is a genuinely, like... Usually, like, genre shifts in games can be kind of annoying, especially your second time through when the novelty wears off. But this is a genuinely... This would be a perfectly acceptable Space Harrier level, like, in its own right.
If only someone got platinum to make a Star Fox game.
I forgot that was platinum.
Yeah, I don't think any of the bad things in it were their decision.
Hey, it's not the worst Star Fox that was developed by a third party that they didn't have full control over. Has anybody here but me played Star Fox Adventure?
No, I played it.
It's
Trying to
bad.
decide which one was worse. Yeah, it's not fun.
But technically, it's not actually a Star Fox. I mean, technically.
It's a dinosaur.
It does have the most popular Star Fox character in it.
It
Crystal.
does. Oh, hey guys, you know Crystal should be in Smash not because I'm a furry, it's because she has a stick and no other character has a stick. That's the logic I'm gonna stick with. The thing is, Star Fox Adventures is not good, but at least you can control it, which I feel is a basic necessity that's missing from Star Fox Zero.
But you never want to control it. Whereas in Star Fox Zero, at least I would like to play that game.
at least you would like to play a version of it that can be controlled.
Yeah.
I will say I did like how in Star Fox Zero, you actually do encounter the Monarch Datura, which is the two-headed monster from the original game, and it really looks almost no different. It's still a polygon. Oh, stupid looking.
Like I
I love
was.
that ricochet noise. It's so good.
I was going back through some Star Fox stuff, just like listening to music, and I was like, man, this was just, barring all the furry shit, that's come after. It's just a fun space adventure game. It's just like, why can't we just make another one that's just a normal Star Fox? It's just fun as space adventure. Let's just do that. Anyways.
My favorite part of Star Fox Adventures is how you can shoot Crystal with the Landmaster cannon open.
Should be canon.
I have like a 2-minute long video where I'm just doing that over and over again, and she just goes flying into the sky and then lands perfectly on her feet and just goes, "Quit joking around." I'm not joking around. I'm trying to kill you. Or sorry, that's not Star Fox Adventure. That's a Star Fox Assault. It's that game. That game's also not very good.
Isla del Sol. Island of wealth and power.
I guess I can applaud them for trying to do something different, but Star Fox Assault is like, hey, you got a Star Fox game, you must want to run around on foot. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they wanted to do that back in Star Fox 2 and 64. They just never really fully implemented it. You can run around on foot in 64, though.
And the multiplayer.
Yeah, if you unlock it by getting, like, massive gold medals. That was an incredibly hard game to fully 100%.
Yeah, like you can beat it regularly in like 10 minutes.
Right.
If you're like really good at it, it's really hard.
But then there's, like, the gold medals, and then if you get all gold medals, you get hard mode gold medals. Which most people didn't even get to, I feel like.
Yeah, I didn't get to it. I tried. I own it. I tried. I didn't get to it.
500 years ago, a child was
I severely differ. There was like a summer where I was like, I want to go back and do, and I did.
Was you.
And it was very fun, and I'll probably never want to play Star Fox again.
500 years ago.
That's enough Star Fox for one lifetime.
The disaster this
There is one cool thing in Star Fox Assault though. Does anyone mind if I spoil parts of Star Fox Assault? I don't think they do.
oh, I think I'll live.
I was just about to play that. Hold on.
So, in Star Fox Assault, it's not supposed to be Andros. It's a new menace called the Aperoids, which are kind of like a parasitic alien race or creatures or whatever. And if they get you, the idea is if they get you, then they kind of like mutate you and turn you into one of them. It's kind of like, almost like a Borg thing a little bit, but it's all like gross in a cartoony way. And partway through the game, you're defending one of the cities from the Aperoids that are attacking, and one of them attacks Sergeant Pepper and turns him into like a kind of like a half zombie monster thing and fuses him to his own ship and starts mind controlling him to make him attack you, but he's still like kind of aware of what's going on. So like you do a boss fight with him where he's yelling at you, begging you to kill him because he doesn't want to live life as a parasitized monster. And that was weirdly intense for a start. They also, the Aperoids also get Pigma from Star Wolf, and turn him into a giant, like, techno monster, and you do kill him too, and he just canonically just dies from that. That's why he's not in Assault or any game after it.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Okay then. Oh my god, I can't believe he fucking dies.
Bayonetta, time is of the essence. This can wait no longer.
And now it's time for the final Jean fight, which owns. I kind of wish it wasn't in the same chapter as a very long shoot-'em-up section, though. I feel like that should be its own thing, but...
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you try and get a good ranking on this, and you screw up on the Jean fight, you have to do the whole shooting section over again.
That's your punishment.
There is a way around that, though. You can... If you, quit, then you can continue without it counting against you. You can start again from the last checkpoint. But it takes forever because you have to quit and, like, I don't even remember. You just have to, like, quit out all the way and then restart. And Kami said, yeah, I know about that. And I decided to leave it in because I felt like it was fine to let people do that. Like, if they want to cheat their way to a ranking, then they have to make sure it's really worth it, because it's just enough of a pain in the ass that, like, you don't want to do it. You won't cheat your way there the whole way, but it's easy enough to do that if something's really a pain in the ass like this, you will cheese your way.
You have to commit to your cheese.
Yes. Another way the game is nice, you can get hit right here, it doesn't matter about your ranking at all. You can waste magic orbs, though. So I'm doing very bad.
Doing great in our hearts, Frank.
You finally get the title card.
After all this time?
Oh, that's who she is. I'm actually going to use a healing item and then concentrate. Or two. I guess I didn't use the right one.
Yeah, I remember...
I was supposed to catch that. You can talk, though.
Okay. I just remember that when the Switch version of Bayonetta came out, a lot of people would tweet to Kamiya just the screenshot of Jean flying around with the purple in her nethers, the purple glowing, and he would always retweet it. He did it multiple times.
It's actually really easy to fuck this QTE up. I almost did. It's genuinely difficult. If you can't mash fast enough, you should not accept that QTE.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That leg fight.
Also, a lot of people don't know about that missile back and forth thing because they just get hit by the missiles or dodge them. because the prompt for it is really short.
Uh-huh. I probably never actually did it.
There's another one like that in the final boss fight that a lot of people don't know about. Hopefully I won't screw it up myself. And sometimes it doesn't even happen in that fight, actually. It always happens in this one. Oh, nice and tricky. Wow, I did bad. I'm sorry, folks.
It's fine, Frank.
I mostly don't use healing meal, but I've literally not played this game in a year. And I might be finishing it tonight, so... Also, that's a bullshit prompt. It one-hit kills you if you mess it up. And you have to hit up and jump, a thing you've never done for a prompt. Oh no, you do it like once or twice. But you have so little time.
I think I got killed by that one.
I think literally every single person gets killed by it at once. Like me.
I remember it. I remember it now. I got repeatedly killed by that.
And it's not like Kami didn't know. I think he's just basically like, it's fine that you died the first time through. I don't care. It just means you get to fight John for longer. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Reasonable.
There's also the whole thing where, and a lot of devs have the same deal, but I think Kamiya's probably of the mind of like, no, unless the fight's super duper hard and has some like bullshit bump, then you're not gonna appreciate how powerful Jean truly is. Like, alright, well.
I mean, that is stylish action. They use difficulty, and basically every stylish action uses difficulty to, like, the things that are harder are supposed to be harder, like, story-wise. I do think that this fight is probably one of the better stylish action fights. I would put it... It's not quite Virgil in Devil May Cry 3, which is the best fight in any stylish action game, but it's up there. I just wish you could combo her. If you could combo her a little better, it might beat that. I messed up! I wasn't mashing the right button for like half a second.
No.
I love this fight. This might be my favorite part. This fight might be the favorite part of it. Even with the kind of bullshit QTs, because it's just like...
I like that the QTEs are hard. I like that there's ones you can actually fail. Almost no game ever gives you a failable QTE.
That's fair.
Genuinely think about the last time you failed a QTE that wasn't in this game. I don't know.
Well, since this game, yeah, I don't know.
And if you think about it, if you can't fail it, then why is it even an action?
That's fair. I just love how this is just like lady who does crazy shit versus lady who does crazy shit fight. And it's just like this.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening is something that I want to happen. It's just with the gameplay, with the controls, like even a novice like not having played every stylish action game like Frank, a person like me, I still felt like I knew well, I could play well enough to be like, oh yeah, like the cool shit that's happening, I'm actually doing.
Shit, I forgot there was a double mash! Ah!
Oh no! Oh, Numina does have a good example. Heavy Rain. I like every QTE in a row during that chase scene.
Yeah.
Is my assumption.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that is a really good. That is a really good sequence.
Oh, that's death. Fuck. If I'd made that QTE, I would have won. That's the thing. And it would have been so cool.
Healy says ancestors had some bad QTEs. That is a big part of the game. Did your ancestors have some?
Yeah, I don't know that.
I do, because I watched him stream it. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. I wasn't locking on.
Run away.
She's just behind me.
I remember when some friends from mine and Toast were playing Until Dawn, and just the bad decision simulator.
So good.
They passed the controller around and they failed practically any decision you could possibly make in that game, including the QTEs.
The one thing where it's like a character, there's a choice to shoot a character in the head. You don't have to do it, and just because the prompt came up, they shot him in the head. It was just like, why the hell did you do that? It's like, oh, it just came up, and it's like, why?
You see, officer? The prompt to shoot them just came up.
The prompt to shoot her in the face just came up.
This time it's a double. Oh, remember. Oh no! Really? Even with my secret mashing technique? It's very hard to do on this controller. It's way easier to do on the Xbox.
Wiggle.
It's actually giving the sound of that from the stream. It's like you're giving some. It's like you're giving that controller the sexual favor of its.
How do you match?
I think that's... No, Frank just wanted to play through the fire and flames like a target for a couple seconds.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh shit. There we go.
Trouble wants to know what difficulty you are playing.
I forget the names, but the one that's beneath Infinite Climax.
It's
I can do Infinite Climax, but probably not while I'm talking. I can't do it on screen. It's been a while since I did this.
Imitators.
Now it's decided. So it is.
That's a good picture to end it on in that chapter, huh?
Fear?
It's very bad to do. The way I do super mashing is I slide my finger on and off the button. That hurts on the Pro controller. Those edges are sharp. Like,
Punishes you.
It's not good to do.
That's not how I do. I just do the classic first two fingers, just tapping the button over and over again like an arcade.
So I usually alternate between just normal mashing and then like swiping my finger back and forth, like swiping it over it.
There's a spoon or cloth method where you do the swipe but with a spoon or a cloth, and that's the best way to do it.
Everyone died.
But I can also do the spasm method where you just learn to make your hand spasm just barely. You just like make it tense and then it spasms, and then you just hold it just on the button. That's hard. That's the hard way.
That's not hard. Let's hurt myself.
But it pays off. And now all my friends are infuriated that I can mash out of things and smash ultimate. Like, genuinely, I mash out faster than anybody else, and they're like, that's supposed to be a true combo. You're the worst. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm the Mario Party master. Come at me. Like, anyway, this is where we learned that Jean was actually a friend all along.
And she was trying to protect Bayonetta.
Innocence of our childhood.
And we're Cereza. Which is interesting, because so is the little girl.
Friends,
So that's weird.
but as time
What a
passed,
coincidence.
Perhaps
Have to be some sort of weird time travel nonsense for it to be happening. Oh well, I'm sure that never comes back.
Do not fear your fate. Stand, Ceresa. Stand and open your eyes.
Yay!
For with
This is where the gay start.
there is
Yay.
to be
It's not where it starts. It's been.
Well, okay, this is where it gets more obvious to the audience, because the rest of the game they've been trying to kill each other, even though they're doing it as sexually as possible.
Ooh.
Sean.
You took the easy way in, I guess.
Is it over? What? It's not like you don't scare the shit out of me all the time.
Cereza. I don't know whether to shoot you or to take you to Vegas for good luck, Cheshire.
Give me more credit than that. If you must know where Luka Luca is concerned, there's no such thing as luck. Only skill.
I really like that shot, actually. It's very cute.
You didn't expect me to trust bitches. I mean...
Oh, yeah. I forget that the little
Bayonetta?
bear gets a twinkle, little cat gets a twinkle in its eye.
Mm-hmm.
How's the little one?
Out like a light. But okay other than that. What about you? You really think I'm gonna let myself be seen in public with a girl looking all beat up like that?
Oh. I look dreadful, do I?
Huh?
You'll have to learn to wipe that stupid look off your face, or I'll never let you keep chasing me around this world. Got that? Luca?
Now that's more like it.
You call me by my name, and I don't think she killed my father anymore. This could be the start of a friendship?
That's all I can ask from a friend, really.
How many levels do we have left? Is it 2?
I do not know. I mean, if you want to just
Yeah,
stop here, that's totally fine.
Well, I figure if we continue, we kind of need to finish, because otherwise I'll just, like, boot up the stream for, like, 20 minutes, and that seems stupid.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to just call it here, and then the next stream is
I
the...
think I might do that, because I think it's going to go too long for me if I do.
Yeah.
But let me just see how many chapters we got here. Yeah, I'll do it next time.
Alright.
That's good enough for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
Thanks for coming. And we'll finish this, and then we'll find a time to do Devil May Cry 5, because I really want to show you guys that.
Yay!
Yay.
The guy's got a sarcastic birdie friend.
It's...
He does?
Don't look
Yeah,
up
there's-
anything about Devil May Cry 5 more than you know either of you, because I want you to experience it fresh. It's very good.
I will avert my eye.
I've only seen the trailer, and I know that Dante does a dance at one point, and I've seen that dance. So.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a pretty good moment. But there's a lot you haven't seen, so that's good. And thanks for coming.
It's not the only thing that happens on the game.
There's a lot. That's like 50% of the game is Dante doing a dance, but the other 50% is still pretty good.
Okay.
It's a really long cutscene. Very weird choice. It goes like 10 hours.
It's a music game, actually. It's a rhythm game.
Oh, I would totally play Devil May Cry rhythm game. That would be amazing.
Give your skills Franks, but don't fucking...
Thanks for coming, everybody. I don't know when we'll do this next, because we just kind of do it whenever. Good night.
Yeah.